Okay, I'm sure a ton of you are confused on why I'm bringing this back up. There is a reason, as shocking as that is. The reason is basically when I made the Saints Row original review is I made it fresh from the pain. I made it as I was still going through that pain. Well, now I finished the game like shortly later that very same day. Or not shortly, I should say. I finished it about midnight that day. Um, and apparently, tons of other people did the smart thing of not finishing the game. I wish I had done that, to be honest with you. I wish I would have just stopped playing the game then and burned the disc. I mean, returned it. Here's the thing, though. As apparently one of the few reviewers, or at least it seems like few, and I haven't seen one yet, uh, as one of what seems like the few reviewers who have forced themselves to finish this god awful game, I figured since it's no longer as fresh, I've finished the whole turd, might as well come back and kind of do an updated review. Why not? Besides, I was also going to have to make a video to do some announcing stuff, anyways. So think of this as a review update combo, I guess? Maybe? Kind of. First things first. Let me just get this straight out of the way, alright? No, the score has not changed. In fact, there were countless times where I did think about changing the score by turning it to a zero. No, really. That's how bad it was, stayed, and even ended. No, really. I'm also going to give a unquantifiable, ungodly, immeasurable spoiler warning. Although, at the same time, I honestly advise you just ignore how much of the fact I'm going to be spoiling the entire ending. All right? I heavily advise you to just ignore that anyways, to listen to the spoiler, so that this way you can realize, oh damn, that's stupid. All right? So just, like I said, I've warned you, all right? I'll warn you again later, but I've warned you now, and I'll warn you again later. So there's no point in getting pissy about spoiling. There really isn't. Especially not for such a god awful game. Sorry. Norton's being a freaking pain in the ass right now. So basically, when it comes down to it, here's my whole experience and here's everything that happened. Right when I first start up the game, I start making my character, it freezes and crashes. No, really. The system hadn't even. It's not like I had been running that system all day either. That system had been on like maybe like 5 minutes like at best. Man, damn, Norton, f off. I don't need your shit right now. Damn. Okay. Basically, Saints Row right at the start, freeze and crash at character creation. Ouch. Well, from there, my whole experience never got better. The three characters are supposed to be like your best friends. I don't believe that for even 1 second. How are they my best friends? How? Seems like, honestly, in fact, it more often than not, it seems like you're becoming friends, not you already were. Like the fact you don't, the character doesn't know the whole story with Nia's car she's been working on is if you are actually especially supposed to be a friend, especially the type of friend who would take a bullet for somebody. Spoiler alert: you know that car's backstory already. You already knew that shit. If you're actually that level of a friend, you know about the car's backstory, and you're gonna fuck up whoever messes with that car 4, if not 6 times harder than anyone else will. But do they set this up very well with this character? No, they don't set anything up well with any character. So why should they with this one? And that's kind of where the problems start to eke in, and they eke in more and more. The MC, idiot, says he's gonna do something, but tons of times doesn't do it. is the type of idiot to place trust in someone completely blindly. Um, yes, a very specific character who, to put it mildly, was so obviously going to do something wrong, did something wrong. And that was their big narrative plot twist. No, it's not a plot twist. It's dumb. It's stupid. It's obvious what was going to happen. I called it the moment the character was freaking introduced. I called it. When I can see and know your plot twist, when I see it and upon introduction of a character, mind you, that's not a plot twist then. It's crappy writing, is what it is. And guess what? That's not the only instance of crappy writing in this game. Oh, F and joy. How do you go about progressing the game? Well, you do ventures, and you complete them. And you beat your head against the wall because they're all freaking just doing the same shit over and over again. Oh, you want to deliver toxic waste that you jacked to for stupid reasons that would never actually profit you at all. Well, here's what you're gonna do 17 of those that are all the same damn thing, and they all are stupid. They don't change out, they don't vary, and it doesn't help that even if you wanted to try and delve into like just like oh I just want to shoot and drive, man. I don't want to do nothing else but shoot and drive. Well, too bad. Shooting and driving are literally some of the two worst things about this game. No, really. In a game where driving and shooting is the mass majority of what you do, to have those two things suck dick is not a good thing. And they do. They suck dick. It doesn't help that the aim is a stupid, whack ass hybridized between free aim and snap targeting. Well, the bigger problem is that the snap target is shit, and it doesn't actually fully lock onto it. Even when you do propel it to lock on, as you're shooting, the snap target will still leave and start to go to the sky if you don't correct it. And even then, correcting it is a nightmare. Why? Well, the thing is both overwhelmingly stiff and far too finicky and sensitive. Even if you fiddle with your settings, which I did for I think a solid hour, I fiddled with every single damn setting. I messed with my aiming. I messed with the auto target. I messed with the snap targeting thing. I messed with the snap targeting's range. I messed with this. I messed with that. Finally, I just said, fuck it. And I just took the whole snap shit. I turned it all off. I made it to a full free aim. Which, let me just make this clear. I don't agree with having all of the aiming being decided by settings the player F's with. I don't agree with this at all. Now, I'm not as opposed to it in a concept. I'm definitely opposed to it in this execution of it. It's so mind numbing and tedious. It is. Now, I started the game on Entrepreneur, basically the middle ground difficulty. And here's the thing: the reason I did this is because I don't mind dying some, but I do kind of want to get this game. I wanted to get this game done in a timely fashion, so that this way I could get a video uploaded. And to be honest with you, I wish instead of even bothering, I would have just snapped the disc in half. I honestly do. Sure, I would have owed GameFly some money for damaging a game, but to be honest with you, with how bad and god awful this whole thing was, um, I don't think I'd mind. It's a better use of money than actually ever considering to buy the actual piece of crap itself. So, and what's more is I almost actually got the pre-order, but because of that 6 month delay, I was refunded. And to be honest with you, I dodged a damn bullet because this game's pretty much unplayable. Even if we stop looking at the driving and shooting and how bad and god awful those are, even if we just go from a comparing it to other Saints Row game mentality, oh god, comparing this game to any Saints Row game is a joke. Honestly, compare it to even the very first Saints Row, and it's a joke. Ugh. Why is that, you might be thinking? Well, because driving and shooting aren't the only things about this game that suck dick. Trying to do ventures sucks dick. Doing missions kind of sucks dick. These characters, their writing, their AI, Their pathing sucks dick. The enemy AI sucks dick. The setup for anything and everything in the game sucks dick. Honestly, this game is so bad to a point where I'd rather go and play other 1 out of 10 games. I'd rather go play Sonic Free Riders. I'd rather go and play freaking Fatal Bullet again. I would rather go and play other games that have gotten 1 out of 10 from me or countless other people. I'd rather go play anything else. Anything else. Okay? That's how bad and much of a failure this game is. But they think that it's completely okay to not only charge $60 full price for an incomplete, underdeveloped, god awful turd that will never be a 5 out of 10 game. Ever. It's not possible for it to ever be a 5 out of 10 game. No matter, even if we got rid of every single bug, every single glitch, all right, even if we did that right now and made all the textures better, it would still never be a 5 out of 10 because of how many ingrained design screw ups are in it. That's the problem. Even if you pretty it up, it's always going to be a turd. Always. Forever. That's what this game is now. And that's because the idiots in charge, Volition, Deep Silver, and their freaking executive board, all thought it was a great idea to release an underdeveloped, unready, unpolished, god awful turd that isn't funny, that isn't fun, that has nothing interesting in it, that doesn't do anything well at all, much less okay. Alright? This game is such a poor joke to a point where I wonder what moron thought it was a good idea to greenlight anything in this. This game is so bad and makes garbage games from Ubisoft and EA and Activision look damn sexy by comparison. That's how bad they fucked it up. And they fucked it up bad. Okay? To a point of where it's beyond past pitiful and just damn near disgusting. Because it's disgusting. Hell, playing the game is disgusting. Alright? When your game is so bad at everything to a point of where any other 1 out of 10 game starts to look good, you know you fucked up. And what's more is, instead of admitting and just doing the right thing, which is admitting, yeah, you fucked up, you decided to instead attack and criticize. Well, you decided to attack people who are, yes, criticizing, but also pointing out what's wrong in your game because they want you to fix this because they still have hope you're going to do better next time. Well, guess what you did instead? You attacked them, you insulted them, you baited them for poor behavior. What the fuck is wrong with you? Are you seriously that pathetic and stupid? Congratulations, if you wanted to make another game now, that shit is sank. That is dead. That's not happening now. Especially when it's the developer pulling that crap. Oh, damn. Yeah, no, you're not getting sequels. Hell the F no. You made that happen. You went and leaned so hard into the piss poor decisions and bad ideas and poor attitude to a point where now you have no shot of really getting any support now for it. And the only ones who will actually even touch that kind of garbage is the bought and paid for pigs who are giving this game a 6 out of 6 or above. All right, that's the reality of it. Those are the only ones who will touch that garbage. Is the liars, is the pathetic sacks of crap, the stains on the world. All right, those are the only ones who are going to touch that game because they have been paid for. They are sold out. Mm-hmm. Honestly, time for the part I warned you about. Time to get into some spoilery crap. Don't worry, we're not going to get into the big one. We're just going to get into some minor spoilers. Like what type of mission structure you're going to have. So if you're someone who weirdly cares about that crap, you've been warned. But I'm just going to tell you right now, there's no point in getting too butthurt about it because there really isn't much of a mission structure or mission variation at all. It literally almost all of it, except almost all of it just boils down to just some stupid shit and shooting and driving. And that's it. here we go. I'm not gonna bother mentioning the side missions like the Atchas and the other stuff because they're all pathetically stupid. They all kind of suck, and they're all over the damn place, and they're not fun, and they're not entertaining, and they're not interesting, and they're not compelling, and they're kind of crap, and they give crap rewards on top of that. So great. Let's talk some more mission structures. Well, let's see. I'm gonna be a bit of a. I'm gonna be honest with you. There's one mission that I played where I was like, okay, I can work with this. The only reason I could work with this is because I went out of my way to make it funny, not because it was funny at all. It wasn't even interesting or compelling or done well or right. The only reason that I say it's okay is because I went out of my damn way to make fun of it. I ridiculed and made fun of it for the whole length of the mission. All right. Granted, the mission ended way too quickly, way too easily, for some reason. And before you bother, no, gameplay isn't any better during any of these missions, so get that delusion out of your head now. There is not a single mission that is actually truly good. Every mission, if you manage to laugh, it's because you went out of your way to make it laugh. Or because you had a buddy and you two were cracking beers and cracking jokes at the game's expense. Which that part is the only way to enjoy the game. It's the only way. You have to make fun of it. You have to have a buddy. Because if you play it solo like a certain dipshit, then what you wanted to do was take the game out and then use it as coaster for any drink. Or just snap it in half. Hell, there are times where I thought about using it as kindling. That's how bad this turd is. $60 for a turd? How about F you? When a game is so bad that someone who rents the game feels cheated and wrong, that's already a bad thing, right? Well, when your person who rented it, on top of feeling cheated, is bored shitless and tired of doing the same thing over and over again, because that's what they all boil down to. You drive someplace, you shoot people, or you drive and shoot. Well, sort of. Don't bother wasting your time on driving and shooting, because honestly, it is a piece of shit doing that. Instead, just ram suckers. Literally, just now it's stupid and it's fucking retarded to do this, but it's also the only way you'll actually be able to enjoy the game is if you press the stupid square button, which will allow you to basically slam into a car. Well, wait, the fuck? Why can't I just slam into them by, turn left? No, really. The only way you can truly slam into a car that's on your ass, you can't just turn naturally as you can in real life and the way it actually works. Your car doesn't magically thrust itself to the side to slam. I'm sorry to break your delusional bullshit. That's not how that works. If you were going to slam into a car, it's about turning the wheel and then adjusting that way. So that this way, when you turn, bap! It's like throwing an elbow almost, kind of. All right? See what happened here? I had to move my arm forwards as I rotated. Shocking, I know. There's not some magical button. And here's another thing. Why in God's name is freaking drift freaking a separate button? Okay, that's actually kind of annoying to have three different buttons related to the three things that I need to do in driving when being chased and shot at. And what's more, even that, even the freaking chases is garbage. Why? Because it doesn't matter how much freaking space you put between you and your chasers. Why? Because the game decides, even though this is a freaking SUV and you're in a freaking rocket, doesn't mean a jack shit thing. They'll still keep up with you. No, really. I have countless unquantifiable moments where SUVs are keeping up with my high-powered sports car that should be leaving them in the dirt. All right? And that's not all. Cars, freaking police, normal police vehicles that should never be able to keep up with me on off-road when I'm in a freaking doom buggy, booking it at max speed with nitro bonus. And yet, these motherfuckers can just, wait, we're caught up with you. Have fun with that. No, really. The game will actually take the cop car, okay, yank it from existence, and put it back right behind you by a couple of feet. That's so stupid. That sucks. Why in the fuck would you do this? Look, it defeats the whole damn purpose of even having chase missions. If the chase is just going to be gutted and ruined by you giving them bullshit, hyperbolic crap excuse for a speed boost when you don't have one. No, you don't. And even when you jack one of their cars to try and test out for yourself, guess what? They can do the same shit to you still. And on top of that, you realize they don't have nitrous. They don't have nitrous. So how in the fuck are they keeping up with my car that has endless nitrous so long as I don't crash into anything? How are they able to keep up with my ride that has endless nitrous? I have endless nitrous. You have none. And you can just keep up with me for the sake of keeping up with me? Bullshit. That's crap. And it was frustrating and annoying to deal with the whole damn time. And this before we even bother getting into the fact that even that can be a pain in the ass, having endless nitrous. Because what you realize more and more as you do it is shit pops in just a couple of feet away from you at times. And by at times, in my case, I meant always. Well, fucking great. Okay. I'm trying to avoid certain things because I know that they'll trigger me even further than this just did. So give me a second to focus on something else. We're gonna go into we're gonna kind of sidetrack. All right. Here's another thing with the game. Customization in this game is piss poor and nothing else. Now, when I say customizing, do I mean colors? No, actually. What I mean is that in order to get your gun to actually perform better, eat a dick. You don't get to do that. Not truly. You can use 5,000, then 25,000, then 100,000. So basically, freaking 130,000 later, you can upgrade your gun 3 times, but that's it. That's pretty much it. Now, yeah, they have this little perk unlock thing by going and doing specific things like go get long range kills 10 times and get this thing. Go do this and then go do that. Well, here's the thing is, while those perks are kind of neat, they don't replace having an in-depth progression system or customization that's actually worth a damn. Alright? Gun modifying and enhancing in Saints Row 4 is billions of times better than this fugly turd. Going and playing Saints Row 3 makes this game look like the worst god-awful fucked up joke. Going and playing Saints Row 2 does much the same, but even on a bigger scale than that still. Alright. Time to talk AI. How is that? Well, that's god fucking awful. In fact, it's honestly kind of the worst AI I think I've seen in a long time. If not the whole year. Yeah. Alright. Here's Ally AI for you. They'll have their buddy 1 foot away from you. Do they pick that friend up? How dare you ask that? F you. Okay. Do they kill suckers? Do they get kills? Are you stupid? Nah, they don't do kills. They don't get kills. Okay, you don't do kills, and you don't freaking support each other. So what do you do? Well, they get in the line of your fire, regardless of what gun you're using. Oh, you're using an assault rifle and have been shooting for a bit now? Well, congratulations. They're going to get in front of your line of fire to melee now. The fuck? Why are you getting in my line of fire? Especially since I haven't stopped holding down the trigger. I'm still shooting, you stupid bitch. It's not rocket science. Don't get in the line of fire of a gun that's being shot. It's not hard. I want to jump right into the other example of the god awful. Get into the line of fire bullshit and what it did eventually cause, but we'll hold off on that till we get to that chain of event, especially since I can already feel it somewhat wanting to anger me again. So we're gonna go into another tangent, okay? Basically, uh, upgrading your cars is the exact same as your gun. No, no, really. It's the exact same as your gun. You upgrade 3 times, you go do a stupid perk thing, and that is it. That is it. Apparently, the guy who was in charge of Saints Row's overall car designs, car customization, and car progression got fired because this turd is shit. It's not good. Hell, I actually in Saints Row 4 often forced myself to ignore that fact that I had superpowers because I loved the car and motorcycle and all the customization that I could do to my ride. I can't do that now. I don't get to do that now. Now I just want the game to end sooner and sooner. And I'm not. If anyone says, "Yo, King, they did an expansion, man," bite me, bite me. I'm not fucking with it. No, they've already fucked up everything. All right. Okay. So they fucked up guns. They fucked up cars. They fucked up the modifying and progressing and improving and upgrading of guns and cars. Well, okay. They also effed up the ally AI, the ally writing, the allies themselves, really, because all they are is token black nerd, token female Hispanic, and freaking token bi dude. And that's it. I'm sorry, but I'm 100% straight. Look, I'm going to make this clear with you. All right? All of these 4 characters are crap and crappily done. But in a twisted, sick irony, it's very clear from just a couple of moments in that my favorite character should have been Kevin. No, really. Now, here's the more twisted part. All right. Now, I don't give a crap that he's a bi character. Right. That's not a detriment to me liking a character. You know what's a detriment to me liking a character? Crap writing, uninspired and worthless build up that has god awful to zero humor. Those to me are detrimental in liking a character. All right. I don't give a crap that he's bi. He already had everything that was needed to already start to get me to like him if he had been done better. If he had actually been freaking developed for Shat. Alright? Kevin would have been my favorite. Alright? Let's look at the facts. Loves music. Dude, I love music. Loves making beats. I wish I could make beats. And what games I have played and things I have done to allow myself to make beats, I loved it. That was awesome. Alright? Much like Kev, I love music. I listen to so far too much music. Everything from freaking blues, jazz, hip hop, rap, R&B, pop, dubstep, Bollywood. There's some stuff from Mexico. There's some from I'm like blanking as I'm trying to think of all this stuff. There's some Japanese folklore music. There's my girls even introduced me to some Celtic music, which I loved. That sounded awesome. Notice though that tons of those stuff that I like listening to, I don't even understand the language. I don't care about that because I love the music, the sound. All right. And what's more is much like Kevin here. To me, I love it when you hear the music fade away and then all of a sudden the beat drops. Oh, I love that. So I'm already predispositioned to like Kevin just from that. Now add in he also cooked. Dude, I am a foodie who loves to cook. This character should have been my friggin' soul brother. This should have been my goddamn twin from another mother. But instead, it's just a really crappy character who's not fleshed out for crap, who's not written for crap, whose whole existence in the game is crap, which sucks. Alright? That's the problem here. Alright? Even though there's all this stuff piled on That makes it clear that Kev's supposed to be my favorite out of everybody. I don't. Not because of, and before any stupid person tries to, well, it's because he's bi, can't you like, I don't give a crap that he's bi. That's not a limitation in a character. Okay? It's not a limitation in a person either. You know what is a limitation? Being crap. That's a limitation. Okay? I literally don't give a crap if you're bi. You could be anything under that fucking rainbow you fly. I don't care. I don't. I care about the person. I care about the character. All right? I care about the quality of the character, of the person. All right? That to me is detrimental. That's the thing that will decide whether or not I hate your guts, I'm chill with you, or I'm neutral. That is what decides it. Your character and the quality of it. All right? If you're a dog crap person who uses people, guess what? I'm going to hate your guts. I'm going to hate you to death. Shocking, I know. If you're an abusive scumbag who treats people like crap, I'm going to think exactly the same way. You're a piece of shit and I hate you. Simple as that. It's not hard. Be a somewhat almost kind of semi-decent person. Guess what? You and me, we're going to be chill. Be a good person. Oh, damn, nice. That's awesome. Cool, cool. I'm willing to actually be more okay to talk to get to know you if I already am given an impression that you're at least someone who somewhat is semi-decent. You don't have to be a saint for me to be chill or neutral with you. But you definitely need to not be an absolute piece of crap scumbag. Common sense, right? Well, common sense demands that if you're going to have these characters and you're going to have them and you're going to force these BS crap narratives of they're best of friends, they take a bullet for each other. Well, you need to set it up better than they're just some college roommates. And that opening, god damn, that opening was so not funny. You know what was really funny? That I actually had hope this would be a good game. That I was hoping so hard for this to be a good game. That's the real punchline. Okay, next bit. This one will instill a little anger as well. Oh well. Here we are. Oh, yeah. Sorry, I'm just not not digging this. Not digging it. This is not how I wanted any of this to go. Not in the slightest. But here we go. So, we're at the big moment. We are at our last big thing to go on about. All right, before we even get to this bit, though, I want to preface this with this. My whole experience, okay, until that last 2 hours, was so god awful that I felt like I should have charged them for every single second I lost in this 62-hour torture fest. But here we are. Your final warning. I'm about to spoil the end of this game. That, yes, I have finished. I have finished this game. I have seen the end credits roll. So it's time to get this dog turd out of the way. I've seen the ending. This is spoiling all of it. And I do mean all of it. Everything that happens. The start up to the mission all the way to the way the mission ends. Here we go. Saints Row 2022 thought it was a great idea to zero surprise, zero interest, and zero intrigue, and in a shitty idea, decides, you know what, we're gonna not only have you work with Nawale a few times, do his loyalty missions, we're also gonna now have him betray you to absolutely zero surprise. So basically, what happens is he, much like the opening of the thing, you do the video, you walk out, you get some fresh air. The next thing that happens, Nawale shivs you in the gut. And then buries you in your own cemetery. Oh boy. So, once you're buried in your own cemetery, you kind of go through. I'm going to call this a trippy dream sequence. It's more like, what do they call it? Not purgatory. I know there's an actual term for this, but I can't even call it, but anyways. Basically, you go through, you're tripping balls, everything looks like a game board at first, and you're kind of playing a board game with your buddies after you've walked through this weird void thing, and it's supposed to be, I think, before you the kind of sequence of going into the light kind of deal. I think that's what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be a variation of that. I think. Honestly, I know the character's supposed to be dead and it's supposed to be like about to die is the whole goal here, but um, it's not interesting or funny or compelling or interesting or anything really. It's just like a, all right, can we wrap this up, please? I'd like to go and destroy your game. It just sucks. It's not interesting at all. Um, you get to pet the cat, but problem is though is you pet the cat while it's in the shape of a block. I would have rather actually petting the cat, but I guess. Um, this just sucks. So once you've done that and you've resisted going into the light, you unbury your ass. You go out of your freaking grave. You see every single saint who's joined your team is dead and murdered, but there's no blood for reasons. I don't know. So of course you're pissed, and the character calls up Nawale. Nawale hangs up, gets pissed, beats the, basically takes a crack at Eli for noticing that you're definitely alive now. They're all kidnapped and held at kind of like a movie set, almost like. Um, what's with this dude's obsession with movie sets? Somebody? This is something that was never explained in the loyalty missions or in the actual mainline missions. Someone explains to me what's with this dude and movie sets. Is he someone who's a shit and failed actor or something? I don't understand. Ugh. So of course he calls you up to set you up on a trap, and like an absolute dumbass moron, he intentionally walks into the trap, knowing it's a trap. Okay, okay. So he walks into a trap. Of course, none of them want to talk, but there's a cutscene about him trying to negotiate with them. The problem being that he sucks at talking and negotiating and being diplomatic, and of course, he ignores for a while the fact that they are obviously not going to tell. He finally realizes that in the cutscene, and it says, okay, fuck it, I tried. Which, honestly, I wish that would have been my response to completing this game. Fuck it, I tried. But no, I forced myself and then forced myself some more. Great. So then, after that happens, you start maiming and massacring the what's, especially which is absurd because they all have to know that you have a body count freaking the length and size of 6 countries by now. Okay, they still throw their lives away like idiots, of course, and you massacre and name almost everybody, if not everybody. Okay, and then you get to a minigun. Now here's the thing. Normally, when I get a minigun, I'm smiling, happy. I'm letting my inner psycho crackhead out when I get a minigun in a game. I'm just doing that because it's funnier that way. It makes the whole thing more fun. Especially since plenty of these games, when they add the minigun, it sucks. No, this time I couldn't even do that. I did it earlier when in the Marshall mission, but now it's just like, now it's just like, oh please, just stop, stop. Just roll credits now for F's sake. I'd be happier. So I go, I use the minigun. I mow everybody down, but I realize that there's ways to refill its ammo, which I'm like, oh god, no, not happening. Nope, I'm not refilling this because then there'd be no fun in this game at all. So I go. I use up at least the full thing and accidentally, unintentionally pick up more ammo for it. I'm just like, oh my god, I didn't want to do that. So I use up that second thing of ammo. Finally, I start pulling out my equipment to go and dish out pain. And here's what I'm noticing: there is just no fun in any of this. The only reason I really take damage is because of how many they spawn in at the same time and how many of them kind of glitch out. If it wasn't for those two factors, I don't think I would have taken any damage at all during the whole mission. I wish that was a joke. It's just shooting a gun, like I said, is so piss poor. So it's when your whole mission is shoot hundreds of dudes, all right? Well, you need your shooting to not suck then. And it sucks. So this whole mission sucks. Shocking, I know. But anyways, you murder and massacre all of them pretty much easily. And then finally, during a cutscene, one dude walks out of the saloon. You hold a gun up to each other. You talk to him. And he's the only one who has a damn like a sense in him. So he says, no, no. Fuck this. You want his address? I'll put it in your phone right now. No, really. He just said, yeah, I'll put it in your phone right now. Just hand it over. So your character starts going on about, oh, thanks. Finally, someone with some common sense. You know what? The Saints can really use you. Your phone, man. And apparently, the dipshit college student needed to be told to unlock his phone. That's not a real thing. Let's cut the crap now. All right, college students. Let's be real here. They know to unlock it beforehand. They know this shit typically. All right. And the only time they don't unlock it is because they're trolling, not because they actually didn't think of that. And mind you, it also wasn't funny either. Not even in the slightest. So from there, you unlock your phone, he gives you address, and he says, sure, I'll definitely think about it. So it's like, cool. And then belts the guy who just gave the coordinates and did all this shit. I'm like, the fuck? What was the point in punching him at all? Why did you need to belt him when he gave everything you just needed and were so desperately in the need of, you stupid idiot? And is that really a good recruitment idea for you? Really? Punching the dude who just gave you the shit you need? No. That's typically not good recruitment, much less recruitment in general. Alright? So you take the VTOL that's conveniently sitting there and is conveniently not damaged enough it can fly. What? Last I remember, this thing was busted to hell. How in the crap is this thing functioning at all? Well, it's functioning due to plot hole bullshit. So you take it, you drive to the coordinates you were just given and were ungrateful enough to punch the dude for giving you. You go there, alright, and you gotta go up freaking through 2 floors of dudes. Well, that isn't very entertaining since it's not really all that good to do this. Now, if you're someone who's still playing an entrepreneur when you're doing this, you are stubborn and a masochist. I finally, even though it's normally I don't normally drop down past normal typically, unless it is that bad. And in order for me to do dropping out, it either has to be because there's so many mechanics that I need more time to get accustomed and learn, or it means that the game is so dog crap that trying to play it on anything higher is way more of a pain in the ass than I want to put myself through. And this game was such a pain in the ass. There are tons of times I thought about dropping it to the lowest possible difficulty. That's how bad, flawed, and fucked this game is. And still is. Yow. So as I was saying, you kill 2 floors worth of dudes. You only really need to kill off like 2 at a time because the other guy's like, we could help our buddies kill this motherfucker, but nah, we ain't gonna do shit. That's basically how that go. They just stand there staring while the other guys get massacred one by one. The fuck? Why? I don't. What? What AI is this other than garbage? It's garbage, is what it is. Okay? So I go. I massacre them one after the other. Alright? And it doesn't help that basically, even if they did try finally to try and add one or two more dudes, it's still not enough. Because there's a literal skill in the game that basically makes you damn near immortal. No, really. There's a skill, and I can't believe the two reviews I've watched haven't brought this up. But there's an actual skill that gives you an extra full length health bar and gives you immunity to knockdown. Oh, great. I can't be knocked down. Now, when I'm on fire, I also don't flail around. I can just keep shooting if I need to. I don't do that because why should I take unnecessary damage? So long as that yellow bar is there, I can freaking not be knocked down. Okay, even by a sledgehammer chick, I can't be knocked down. It's not enough. They have to cause an explosion right on top of my butt in order to do it. That's not a joke. In order to actually be able to launch me or knock me down at all, you have to cause an explosion, a heavy explosion. And why should I bother going with grenades or throwing grenades in pants? It's not very useful. It's finicky. This just gives me a full health bar. They can't damage my actual health bar until the yellow bar is depleted or enough time has passed. Alright? Until then, this yellow bar is my extra health. It's also my armor, and it also makes it so you can't knock me down, no matter what. Yeah, that thing only costs 2 flow points. By the end of the game, if you've done every loyalty mission, like I regrettably have, if you've done every main mission, like I regrettably have, then you have at least freaking 4 or 5 of those stupid things. Basically meaning, so I have 2 full-length extra health bars that make me immune to knockdown, make it so I resist certain negative side effects from certain things, and I also don't know why anyone hasn't done this. It makes it so finishing the game is far more achievable. And granted, you still shouldn't. You shouldn't even bother finishing it because this mission goes from bad and boring of 2 floors worth of killing suckers. It gets worse and more boring and more crappy. So here we go. Next part of this god awful shit show. Ready? Here's what happens next. Go through a door. You're somehow on a landing platform. You're overlooking the very set that your friends are kidnapped and Nawali is in. In a cutscene, your character jumps on top of Nawali, starts to beat on him for a little bit, then stops for some ungodly reason. Oh, fuck. Why? Why? Why would you basically stop? Now, if I remember right, and I'm trying to delete the game from my brain, I'm trying to purge everything as fast as I can because I just don't want to remember any of this garbage. I don't. Alright? But he either pushes or punches you off of him, technically speaking. But the punch doesn't look like it has any impact at all. In fact, it almost kind of looks like a baby swatting at you more than anything else. It's that level of weak of a punch. It doesn't even look like it should leave any kind of a mark or much less make someone get off of them. In fact, if anything, someone would keep pounding away as they did this. That's how weak that freaking maneuver was. It was so stupid. I'm the older, better you, my ass. Because guess what happens next? Don't you worry. You free your friends. Good for you. You freed the 3 worthless trash. Good for you. Well, now you proceed to do a boss fight while babysitting 3 dipshits. I wish this was a joke. I do. I wish this was a joke. God, do I wish this was a joke. So here's what happens. You pump some lead into Wally, and if you're like me, I hope you weren't. I hope you didn't do what I did. Alright? Because that was a god-awful decision, and you will pay for it times 10 by making an already crappy, shitty, tedious, annoying mission worse. I decided, you know what? I want to end this as quick as I can. I'm so sick of this. So I grab my strongest weapon I've got. My Dragon's Breath shotgun. That was a fuck up. Because I forgot these dumbasses get in your line of fire. So I pull the trigger. Eli, like a dumbass, gets right in my line of fire as I'm about to shoot somebody. He gets lit on fire now. So now that there's this chain of plenty of people close enough to that moron who got in my line of fire, now what it has done is it has caused an eternal blaze that is being constantly 24/7 fed. Alright? And I can't even just let it burn off because they're all so close to each other that even when one's finally free, they get next to the others and this whole process starts again. And none of them extinguish themselves. I'm not kidding. They don't dodge roll to extinguish the stupid flames on their effing body. They don't. They just sit there and burn. Are you kidding me? Okay. Great. Fucking great. From there, once their stupid asses are lit on fire, your game goes from pump a cup 2, 3, if your weapon's quick enough, maybe even 4 mags worth of bullets into Nawale's worthless ass. Then you have to go and you have to pick up the idiots because they're incapable of killing anything really. So you go, you pick the moron up, and you go and you start pumping more lead into him. But because of me using my Dragon's Breath shotgun, which is easily my strongest gun I've got on me, alright, easily, alright, I have to now go, instead of pumping in a couple shots and then running to revive one dude, I'm now pumping a couple shots and having to revive 2, if not 3 dudes every single time. Can you imagine how tedious that is when you already have a character who, after reaching a certain amount of damage done, becomes immune to everything and runs away to a different section? Rinse, recycle, repeat this. Freaking 10 times in my case. 10 freaking times. And that's before we get to the next segment. That's just in this one stupid set. I pump around into him. I go run to pick the morons up. I go pump around. Go pick the idiots up. Pump around. Idiots up. Round up. Round up. That's not fun. That's tedious, boring, stupid, monotonous, retarded in every way. The fuck, man? Oh, remembering this shit show is just pissing me off more, actually. But here we are, anyways, just so it can be done permanently forever. I don't even have to. This way I just know I at least made a video pointing out all this fuck ups, but here we go. Here's some more of this fuck up, because this mission isn't done. Now that you've dropped his health to 0, alright, in the freaking movie set, now he decides he's gonna run. Now, here's the thing. In my case, it was stare at the door for 5 minutes while they tell me go after him. I'm like, he's right here, stupid. Finally, he just poof goes to the door. Door's open. Okay, so I go after his derriere. I get in the first room. I get a cutscene. He's getting into a chopper. Wait, what the fuck? He's getting a... Okay, well, we can stop this instantly because I brought along an RPG. How about you get out the RPG you got? Because I gave it to you. Pull out the RPG and shoot the chopper now. No, he gets in the chopper anyways. So he gets in his stupid ass chopper, and this is when the game finally just falls and manages to somehow, by some atrocious, god-awful crap shoot, manages to even be worse than the prior mission, where it was tedious and boring. Now it's just a waste of time. Why? He gets in the chopper. It's pretty much a static freaking chopper. Great. He gets into pretty much a damn near static chopper. He goes, he flies down so this way he can do, I think it was shoot. To be honest, he didn't get to shoot at me at all because RPG, remember? There goes more than a quarter of his health. Now he goes, and I have to go to the next room. He goes down to the same friggin' spot over and over again. Well, guess what that does? Doof. Next room. Doof. Done. That's it. I'm not joking. That is it. 3 RPG rockets later, move on to the final thing, which is a cutscene. I wish to God I was fucking joking right now. Because what would have been badass and fuck tons cooler is if now, with all weapons gone, it becomes a melee fight. Or better yet, Yu Yu Hakusho style knife edge deathmatch. That would have been killer. That would have been badass. But no, instead it's a fucking cutscene, and a cutscene that's supposed to ape Wild West, old Wild West films. But the problem is you're forgetting that typically those Wild West films have actually good build-up and are actually fuck tons better, more interesting, more compelling, and absolutely worthwhile in their narrative. Unlike this absolute godforsaken shit turd. Alright? No. So when you have this Wild West theme and you have the sun setting in the background, them staring at each other as they do a freaking quick shootout, alright? That doesn't fucking work here. When you've done such a shit job at everything that it matters, alright? In every way and in every aspect, in every setup, in every form, in anything you can think of, in anything, in a narrative, in a game, in a movie, in a show, in entertainment, in anything. It is a failure. A absolute god-shitting failure. A piece of crap that they think is so damn good that they have the gall to have the other fucking characters, after you've done this click R2, he's dead moment, alright? The other 3 idiots managed to get up here somehow, and they conveniently have lawn chairs and drinks. The fuck? Where did you materialize this shit out of your ass? We're on a movie set. Did you break into the cafeteria on the way here or some shit? And where did you get the lawn chairs? Why would you do this part next? You've already pissed the bucket and shat the bed and fucking vomited and barfed in it in every way, shape, or form. You have fucked this bed up. And you decide to, before the end credits roll, have them all sit in some lawn chairs next to each other. Have the MC try to say he's sorry about not doing enough and not being a good enough friend. And then they have the gall to say that this will be the first of many. They have made it clear with that line they want to do many more games after this. You're not doing any more after this, honest to God. You're not. Because you made sure that this game failed. And what's more is, before anyone can even say, but no one really cares about the franchise. Fuck you, for one. 2, that's bullshit and a lie. 3, the reason this game actually failed isn't because of fans. Hell no. The real reason this game failed so hard is because you went out of your way to make everything such ungod trash, and then had the added gall of sequel baiting right at the end before the credits roll. Not in the form of leaving somebody alive, but even a worse type of sequel bait, where you say you're going to do more. Screw you. When you do such a shit job of making a game, then you attack your fans and people who are criticizing your fuck up, because it is a fuck up. Let's call it what it is. Let's be honest. Let's be real. This is a fuck up. Alright? This is a shit game. Alright? That's what it is. Objectively. And factually. If you don't believe me, the person who actually finished this turd, when it seems like tons of people didn't, I forced myself to. Mind you, it was miserable and I hated it. And I hated myself the whole way through it. But I finished it. I'm doing somewhat better now mentally. Not a ton quite yet. And we'll get to why that is, and we'll get to the unfortunate announcement. Or, I guess, just announcement, I guess. Whatever. Okay, so, here's the thing. Saints Row, I even asked a buddy of mine, kind of trying to get his opinion, because to be honest with you, I didn't know how to do this updated review, because, in all honesty, I wanted to change the score from 1 to 0. I honest to God did. Because there are tons of 1 out of 10 games within the last decade, within the last 2 decades, I'd rather go and play. Honestly, I'd rather go and play any of the 1 out of 10s from the last 2 decades. I'd rather go play any of those because that would have been a better experience than this godforsaken turd. I want to give it a 0 so desperately. I want to because it deserves it. But you know what? I'm going to take his advice and say a 1 out of 10. But I'm going to also paraphrase a little bit and say the only reason I'm not giving it a 0 is because this is the game that kills the franchise. And I'll reserve the 0 for if they stupidly do make another game, which you have no right to do now. You've lost any excuse or justification or reason to ever make another Saints Row. And not because of fans, because you fucked everything up intentionally to an extent of being unplayable, unfun, an absolute shit show. And even if we got rid of every single bug and glitch I've freaking gone through, which is tons, I've had character locking up where they couldn't do anything other than open and close their phone. I've had moments where I have lost anywhere between freaking 30 minutes to even hours of progress because I had to reload the game when it bugged out, only to find out, oh, hey, I have to do that entire mission all over again from the beginning and make my whole way to wherever that mission was starting at again. Because when you load, it doesn't matter if you were doing a mission or doing a venture or whatever. Even halfway through, none of that matters. None of it matters until after the mission is done. And even then, if you were on your way to someplace and you load, you're still getting sent back to the freaking Saints HQ over and over again. Vehicle delivery for an entire day didn't work at all. And when it did finally work, I found out it only brought in vehicles that I had marked as favorite, which sucks because you can only mark certain vehicles as favorite. What's that? You actually prefer, driving your chopper that you have with a tow winch because one, it allows you to deal with tons of threats in moments compared to anything else, and it allows you to actually get around to areas relatively quickly because now you don't have to deal with stupid crap popping off all over the place. Well, too bad. F you. You have to only pick certain land vehicles, and that's it. So your vehicle delivery, waste, piece of trash, throw it away, burn it, garbage. Well, what about your playlist? Playlist didn't work at all for 2 days. I would open it and I would just see the stupid sunset background, and that's it. For 2 days straight. On my final day with this trash turd, that's when I finally could use the playlist. Only to find out the playlist sucks dick. Don't get me wrong. The real reason it sucks dick is because compared to Saints Row 3, 4, 2, it's crap. Oh my god. It doesn't help that when you do start to play something on your playlist you do like, it doesn't, cancel out what's on the car's randomly chosen radio. No. That will play at the same time as what you've played on your freaking playlist. I wish to God that was a joke. So what I had happen to me, and this, I like mashups. Honestly, I do. I love mashups, and I love stuff like that where you take two separate pieces of music by mashing up certain downbeats and kind of making this something new out of it. I love that, but I hate just having two songs playing at the same time with nothing to match them up at all. And it's not like they're on like two different downbeats or maybe doing something to kind of make it make sense. No, it's just two things from two separate things playing at the same effing time. I have, for my case, and I hate this. It sounds god awful when not mashed up properly and done right. But I have freaking DMX's Party Up on my playlist, but then playing is Beethoven's Fifth Symphony. The fuck? The I actually like classical music. I love rap. All right, hell, I love rap so much. There was a huge, giant chunk of my life where I was thinking about being a rapper. Granted, I haven't practiced or written anything in so long. I'm rusty as all hell, and okay, and now I'm suck. But whatever. All right. When it comes down to it, though, this just isn't good. These playlist options are so compared to what we had in Saints Row 4, where you had tons of different genres. You had stuff from tons of different eras. Hell, I actually like a mass majority of Saints Row 4's music that it has, from everything from classical to pop, hip hop, rap, and even some reggae. I even love some reggae. Not all of them, but of course not. That's just me thing. It's just me thing. When it comes down to it, though, this is just not a good experience because, again, when it comes to these playlists, they don't work right for 2 days. Of course, that's going to be a negative impact. When you have all these features, all these things in the game, none of them are working. All right, that's bad. I don't care who you are. That sucks. Now, oh, there's somehow, for some god awful reason, there's yes, still more. I I don't understand. All right, let's talk about the only thing that's actually good. So this way, I have one millisecond of just calm, of not joy but calm. All right, let's talk about the factions, and especially notoriety. Now, here's the thing: having these factions, I thought was going to be okay or something like that. But the real benefit, the real upside to these different groups and this notoriety stuff is that they actually will attack your ass from 1 star up. 1 star, not many dudes, maybe a car. Sure, they'll call for backup, which can add difficulty, but then we have to get into another problem, which I want to save that till after I talk about the good. Okay, the only, and I shouldn't even say good. I should have said just the only functional part of this game, which is notoriety and getting people on your ass. Once you have, I think the max is like 4 or 5 or something like that. Once you get a certain number of stars, they start treating this like this is freaking go time. Like this is war. They start sending in choppers. They start sending in tanks. They start sending in people on bikes. They start sending in people in cars. They start sending in people in SUVs. They start freaking going at your butt like you are the freaking end all be all freaking final boss of a game yourself. And honestly, I almost wish that was the way the game actually ended. I don't know. Anything would have been better than the actual final mission. That turd. There's no point in playing the game a second time because, to be honest with you, there isn't any variation or change in the anything, and there's no point in trying to buy all the guns really because there's not that many to buy. No, really, there's not many guns to actually get with your money that you get, which means you are going to be rich as all shat by the time you finish. Now, granted, if you're someone who's doing more, you probably are richer than I ended out at because I actually leaned into car customization, trying because that was my favorite thing to do in Saints Row 4, even though the superpowers ruined that whole part and made it a joke. I loved customizing cars. I went out of my way to do it. That was my favorite thing in all of Saints Row 4 was customizing vehicles, upgrading vehicles, gaining vehicles. That was my favorite thing easily. Here, vehicles and guns are the worst thing in the game. The only thing that is as bad as the garbage writing and execution of everything. That's the thing. When I can't even do something that I normally like to, if I can't drive or shoot or experience your game in a way that's worth a damn, much less fun, you have no right to even think about a freaking sequel. You don't. Especially when the only thing you could be bothered to not fuck up was the notoriety thing. Basically making it so that police, Los Panteros, idols would try and slaughter you if you pissed them off enough. That part was good, but the problem is, though, is that that's not the game. That's not a game. That doesn't make up for 24/7 fuck ups. It doesn't. I don't care who you are. That doesn't make up for garbage everything. That never could. And it's not even enough to even give you a point in your box at all. If anything, it does nothing for you to only succeed at that and fail constantly at everything. Yeah. 1 out of 10, Only reason it's not 0 is because I will save that for whatever garbage ass sequel they make to this godshin thing. Hell no. That's when I'll finally do a 0. If they do make another continuation to this dog turd, don't buy Saints Row 2022. It is bullshit and robbery. They have no right to charge any money, much less $60 or $70. Hell no. Screw you. Kiss my ass. Here's what they can do. They can go eat a dick, or they can start paying me for every second I've had to waste on this. And you know what's the more twisted, fucked up part? We all just got charged to beta test again. That's what happened here. This was a fucking beta test. That's all this is. That is what this is. They literally charged us to do the job of the beta tester again. We have been doing this for too many games from too many assholes. Stop it. Stop paying for shit. Alright? These are not good games. This is not what gaming is about, asswipe. It isn't. Gaming is not going well for anyone, and it's because of dumbasses who keep buying this shit blindly over and over from tons of other fuckers, and even this. No. Stop it. There are shitloads of ways to rent a game before you buy it. Do that from now on so you don't fuck everyone else over anymore. Sounds like a great damn idea, huh? Stop it. If a game is shit, not only do you have every right to complain, you have every right to point out how much of a robbery bullshit the thing is. You have every right to deny them money, alright? To deny them your money, alright? You have every right to deny them your money if they keep fucking everything up. You have every right to do that. There is nothing wrong with doing that. Do you know what is wrong? Fucking fans over because they think it's okay to ass rape their wallets. That is wrong. That is disgusting. That is fucked up. Not you standing up for yourself and doing the right thing. That isn't a bad thing, alright? Having a sense of honor, integrity, pride, decency. These are not bad things, people. Snap the fuck out of it. Damn. You have every right to be pissed when a game you love gets screwed and they have the gall to demand money for that screwing. You have every right to be pissed. You are not freaking... Oh my god. Listen to me. Listen to me. Okay? Come here. Come here. You have every right to point out how fucked up it is to be charged $60 to $70 for a piece of shit that isn't finished, isn't ready, and is god fucking awful even after a 6-month delay. You have every right to be pissed. You have every right to point out what is gross, disgusting, and wrong with that. You have every right to call them out on criminal bullshit. You have every right to point out that flaw. And it is not your fault that the game is shit. It was the developers and the producers and executives who made sure and went out of their way to make this game shit. Alright? Not you. You wanted this game to be good. You wanted to like this game. You wanted to have fun. You got a dick up the ass instead. That is their fuck up. Them criticizing you and calling you shit, alright, for pointing out the truth is their fuck up. They have no right to ask for a sequel. They have no right to ask for anything. The only thing they should be shocked and amazed by is that they haven't been sued out the ass for this crap. That's where we're at, alright? That's the reality. You need to wake up, alright? The reality is they think they can get away with fucking you over and over again. That's what they mean by there's going to be more of this game, alright? They think they can keep ass raping your wallet as long as they want, as much as they want, and you're going to let it happen. Alright? Snap out of it, please. As someone who actually gives a shit about you, about your wallet, and about gaming, alright? Snap out of it, please. Don't give them money. They have no right to your money. They have no right to even think about your money after this fuck up, after fuck up, after fuck up. No, no more of this, guys. We need to start freaking holding ground now. We need to, because it is getting worse and worse by the year. It's going to continue to get worse and worse by the year. All right? If you don't take a stand, if you don't freaking take care of your damn wallet and your damn self, this is what's going to be our 24/7 reality. And eventually, maybe not now, maybe not next year, maybe not even in 10 years, but eventually, games that are completed are going to stop being a reality entirely. All right? So please, take care of yourself. I'm begging you. Vote with your wallets. Quit buying crap games. All right? There is nothing wrong with having a sense of honor, integrity, dignity, self-worth, self-value. There's nothing wrong with any of those. All right? I'm sorry for spitting all over the camera, but honestly, it's depressing knowing that there are people who are actually not only okay with getting their wallets ass raped, but there are other sold out whores who think it's okay to lie and say a game's a high score when it isn't. It never was. It's never capable of getting. I know this video is so grotesquely long. Oh my god. An hour and 17-minute video, and I don't even think there's a ton I can really cut either. Damn. And I still have to add more to it. Ouch. Sorry for that. I do apologize for how ungodly long this video is, and I'll definitely put that in the comments as well, just how sorry I am at how long this is. But yeah. Okay. Time for the announcement. So, hopefully next week, I'm hoping next week, I'll be, or I should say in 6 days, not because it's not a full week anymore. But anyways, I'm hoping in 6 days I'll be able to release the Digimon, my next review, which will be Digimon Survive. Now here's the big catch, though. After Digimon Survive, when it comes to all of gaming, I'm going to be taking a week off. I'm not going to be playing any video games at all for an entire week after Digimon Survive, to be honest with you. That's how bad Saints Row kind of just screwed me and broke me. That I'm just going to need a week off after this. But I am going to do this because, especially since I want to see the irony of if the game that I was least excited for winds up being the game that I should have been most excited for. I'm going to laugh my ass off if that's the case, but we'll see. As a former Digimon fanboy, this shall be interesting. Sadly, I don't think I'm going to be able to have my A team. And I am still a little bummed I can't, kind of pick my partner Digimon. Granted, to be fair, there was only, from my knowledge, one game where I could have my favorite Digimon as my partner, which does bum me out a little bit, in all honesty. But, oh well. I'll play Digimon Survive. I'm hoping to get that review done, 6 days from now. I'm hoping. I don't actually know. And I also have a question for you all as well. Because I have talked about doing it, and I do want to dabble in it. But my plans got so heavily derailed that now I'm just not even sure what game to do that for. I'm going to ask, would any of you, the people who do watch these videos, or even the people in the background who kind of just fade in, I'd love to know your opinion, what you guys think too. Because I do care about making sure that you guys at least have something to laugh at. Or at least laugh with. One of these things. If not my mug, maybe the content I make. I don't know. I am thinking about dabbling into live streaming. Here's the thing, though. My next game is, like I said, Digimon Survive. And I want to know, does that sound interesting to y'all? I'm more than willing to live stream Digimon Survive, but to be honest with you, I'd love to know if you guys think that sounds interesting or not. hearing a former fanboy live. And hell, if you, I'd love to be able to talk to you guys, especially. I'd love to be able to do that. That'd be freaking badass. But for now, I think because this video is already, oh god, almost an entire hour and 21 minutes. Ouch. I'm going to just simply end with this. I'd love to read in the comments. Uh, like I said, I especially would love to know, would you guys be interested in a Digimon Survive live stream? Whether or not it'll be live stream or recorded, I kind of would love to know what you guys think. If it seems like there's a decent enough number of you who are like live stream, then I'll live stream it. If y'all would just rather me do a recording, then I could totally do that too. At the same time, though, I want to hear your guys' opinion. I want to get y'all involved in this a little, especially since the live stream, more than even anything else, is going to be designed around the us. All right, the us. All right, it needs to be about us when we do that. All right, because in all honesty, I do kind of worry that some of y'all think that, oh, we shouldn't do comments. He's got what's the stupid thing called again? Where you kind of monitor and review your comments. The only reason I have that is just so that this way it'll deter the stupid people who just leave a friggin' porn chat link and leave. They don't even watch a millisecond of it. They don't even do it themselves. They let a bot do it. Look, if you're someone who has a friggin' like a OnlyFans or a Pornhub account, and you want to link that, get some business out there, I don't mind that. But my requirement is don't be a dick and let a bot do it. Do it yourself. Watch some of the video. Even is great, even if it's just 1 second. At least do that. And like I said, at least do it yourself. Don't let a bot do your work for you. No? That's the only reason the whole thing is. I want to read your comments. I don't care what the comment is. I want to read these comments. Especially if they're comments about how I can do better. I especially want those. Especially. I don't know if I have the finances to be able to do much of them, but I do care about those things. They do help me improve, especially since YouTube is stupid and disabled the dislike button for some stupid reason. I'll never understand that. Please do comment if a Digimon Survive live stream sounds kind of cool. And it will be done. But like I said, I kind of need some feedback. If I see zero feedback on that idea, I'm probably just going to record it then. Or have it play out like it is right now, where it's just me and the cam and y'all. But honestly, like I said, I want y'all to get involved. I want y'all in this. This is supposed to be about us. Live streams, more than anything, especially, are supposed to be about the us. It's supposed to be about the connection and the talking and the shit. I have no clue why I just did that. I hope y'all laughed at me, laughed with me, cracked some joke at my stupid expressions or the weird voices I do. I hope y'all had some kind of fun through my misery in some way, shape, or form. I hope y'all are excited for Digimon Survive review. I hope y'all kind of do chime in about if that sounds interesting, a live stream of Digimon Survive. Because if it sounds interesting to y'all, I would do it. And that's not a joke. I would freaking do it. I hope you all have a good day, night, evening, noon, high noon. Hope you guys managed to get some fun out of this. And I hope if you did play this game, I hope you didn't experience it the way I did, which is easily the worst way to experience. I hope you got lucky and avoided all of it. I hope. I will see you guys next week. And after that, the videos that come after that are not going to be video game related for a little bit. If that bums you out, I am sorry. And else we will get back to video games eventually. It's just I easily need a minimum of a week off eventually. But I actually, because of my childhood love and my addiction to Digimon, I just have to do that video no matter what. So I will see you all next time. Hopefully.